Lesson number 19, Prepositions Huroof Jaar, also known as Harf Jar in the singular. So remember, you need a pen, pencil, notebook, and a copy of the Quran, Mus'haf, inshallah, so you can track the examples that we give in these lessons. So Harf Jar is a really important lesson from a grammar perspective, because let's explain the simple grammar first, and that is any word that comes after any one of these words will always take a kasra. So any word that comes after these words will take a kasra. So words after take kasra or kasratain, whichever one. And the difference is if whether it has an alif lam or not. So we know that it takes a kasra. If it's alif lam on the word that comes after, if it's no alif lam, then it will take a kasratain. So starting with the first word, which is bi, and this means in or with. In or with. So I use the blue pen so you can have a good example of this. In or with. Yeah. So it actually has more meanings than that, but we don't need to worry about that. No, this is the main meanings. We know Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah or with the name of Allah. Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, the most beneficent. So we know that as simple. We don't need to go over in or with. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. An is a word which means about. It means about. Now, an is used in the Arabic language quite a lot with different words, but the general meaning would be about. For example, well, let's take a look at the example that I've prepared first, because that's more of a clear example of an. Yes, if you go to Surah Al-Takathur 102 verse 8, 102 verse 8, 102 verse 8. Then in there, ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ. Thereafter, لَتُسْأَلُنَّ, you will indeed ask about, لَتُسْأَلُنَّ, they will indeed ask you, meaning plural you, لَتُسْأَلُنَّ مِنْ الْجَمْعِ يَوْمَئِذٍ, on that day, عَنِ النَّعِيمِ, about the delight. What is the delight? Delight is Jannatul Firdaus. So an, about, they will ask about, an. الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ, they are about their prayers, sahun, heedless and lazy. Yeah? Allah forgive us. Fi means in. So fi means in. This is used probably more than any other preposition other than min, ila, and ala. So fi means in. And what's the example that has been given for fi? Is الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس, the one who whispers in the hearts of men or mankind. But this is men actually, mankind. No, mankind. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس, of course, that one, the shaitan who whispers in the breasts of mankind. So fi means that, and that's obviously surah number 114, and I'm sure you'll be able to see it from there. Ka is an important word because ka is means like or likeness of. So it means like or likeness of. So you know we said mithla. Mithla means similar to. Yeah, mithla, similar to ka. The reason why I didn't put mithla and ka together, or why it hasn't been put together, is because with mithla or mithlu, mithli, the next word doesn't have to have a kasra. Yeah, but with ka, the next word has to have a kasra. Yeah, so that's why I didn't put them together, but they mean like or the likeness of. So that's that. For example, فَجَعَلَهُمْ كَعَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ, Surah number 105, last verse, which is I believe verse number 5. فَجَعَلَهُمْ كَعَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ, then he made them like, is it verse 5? Yes, it is verse 5. He made them like chewed up straw. Chewed up straw. You know when you chew up straw and you just chuck it on the floor? That's how it is, like all mashed up, all like, you know what I mean, yes? So فَجَعَلَهُمْ كَعَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ, like chewed up straw. كَعَصْف, like straw. مَأْكُول, chewed up, eaten. Yeah, like that. So there are other examples that we can give with ka. For لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْء. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْء. This inshallah we'll take a look at this example with the people who are enrolled on the course. So li and la. Li and la is for example 4. Yeah, it means 4. Let me just see the exactly. Yes, 4. Meaning possessor. Now for example, I say li banat. I have children. I have daughters. I have 3 daughters. So li banat. I have daughters. You'll normally use this for if you're talking about relatives, then you will only ever use la. You will only ever use la or li, for example, li or la. Now this case is different. The best example of this is lakum dinukum waliyadin. What is the surah number on this one? 109 verse 6. 109 verse 6. 109 verse 6. Say lakum dinukum waliya din. Why is la on the first one? Because after that is a fatha, kasra is a fatha or dhamma is the next letter. Kafir lakum or of kum has a fatha or dhamma, fatha or dhamma. So lakum, and the next word, if for example it had a kasra or a ya, which is basically the natural method of a kasra, then is li, and that's why the difference of the usage cases. For you is your religion, for me is my religion. Lakum dinukum waliyadin. Yeah, so that's the example. Min. Now we're going to get rid of the words on the top, so if you haven't written them down, write them down, inshallah. So the next word is min. Now min appears in the Quran too much because it's a common word, of course. From. If you remember in the previous lesson, we done mimman, yeah, mimman, and we explained it's min plus man. Min plus man. And why is that? Because and those from those who from, and man is actually used, you know, alladhi, I haven't actually done this. Man is on the usage of alladhi here, but talking about humans, those who. So ma means that which, talking about no humans, yeah, of the meaning of alladhi, but man is on the usage of alladhi, those who, meaning humans. So that's another little nugget that you inshallah learn on this lesson. Spontaneous things. These happen on the weekly classes a lot and on the course. Ila means, so okay, let's go to an example from. What's the example that we have of from? Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 56. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 56. If you go there now, you'll see ثُمَّ بَعَثْنَاكُم مِّن بَعْدِ مَوْتِكُمْ. ثُمَّ بَعَثْنَاكُم مِّن بَعْدِ مَوْتِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. That thereafter, that was after the Bani Israel, they disbelieved, they worshipped the cow, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala caused them to die. ثُمَّ بَعَثْنَاكُم, then thereafter we raised you, مِن بَعْدِ مَوْتِكُمْ, after your deaths, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ, so that you may be thankful and return to Allah in His obedience. So the next word, ila. So ila means to. So min means from and ila means to, meaning to or towards. Yeah, to or towards. So a very good example of this is if you look at Surah Al-A'raf, which is Surah number 7, verse number 59. Surah number 7, verse number 59. In there, I just want to show one thing, and then you can see this art that appears afterwards as well. Here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ. That indeed we sent Noah, to his people. Ila, to his people. Yeah? So qawm means people, nation, and he is referring back to his Dhamir Muttasil, referring back to Nuh alayhi salam, ila. And indeed, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا, we sent Nuh alayhi salam to his people. If you go to the next page, then you will see one ayah, it says, وَإِلَىٰ عَادٍ, and to Ad we sent. وَإِلَىٰ عَادٍ أَخَاهُمْ هُودًا, we sent his brother Hud alayhi salam. Alayhim salam to all of the prophets that we're going to mention now. And in general, of course, as well, may Allah have on them be mercy. Then later on it says, وَإِلَىٰ ثَمُودَ, وَإِلَى ثَمُودَ أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا. That to Thamud we sent Salih alayhi salam. وَلُوطًا. Okay, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't say وَإِلَى لُوط, it just says وَلُوطًا. And then we have وَإِلَى مَدْيَنَ أَخَاهُمْ شُعَيْبًا. And to Madian we sent Shu'aib alayhi salam. So we can see ila is toward or to. Ta and wa, I've used these, put these together, ta and wa, because they mean by. This means by, for oath, by oath. And wa, we already know that it means and, but if it's usage also in the oath meaning, so an oath is being taken. So the word usage of ta is in Surah Al-Nahl, which is Surah number 16. Surah number 16, verse number 56. Surah number 16, verse number 56. If you look at the second part of the ayah, لَتُسْأَلُنَّ عَمَّا كُنْتُمْ تَفْتَرُونَ. لَتُسْأَلُنَّ عَمَّا تَاللَّهِ أستغفر الله تَاللَّهِ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ عَمَّا كُنْتُمْ تَفْتَرُونَ. That by Allah, تَاللَّهِ, and we have Allah has got kasra because all of the words after these words take a harf jar, so it takes a kasra. لَتُسْأَلُنَّ, indeed you will be asked, meaning plural you, لَتُسْأَلُنَّ عَمَّا كُنْتُمْ تَفْتَرُونَ, about that which you used to fabricate, about worshipping Allah, worshipping other than Allah, and lying on Allah, and so on and so on. And for example, wa, we have wallahi. This is a common oath that people take. But wal asr, for example, wal fajr, yeah, wal asr, wal fajr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is swearing by asr, the time of asr, wal fajr, and the time of fajr. You don't have to go to examples. And wal asri, wal fajri, if you look at these examples. So the next word is hatta, which means until. Until. I don't know why I wrote this in black, but this means oath, yeah? So hatta is used in also Surah Al-Takathur, which is Surah number 102. Let's get rid of this, sorry. Let's get rid of this. Surah number 102, I think verse number 2, right? Of course, yeah. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر. That the first verse is that your lives are spent in competing in التكاثر, meaning is gaining like more and more things. حتى زرتم المقابر, until you reach the graves, until you visit the grave. Zur means to visit. حتى زرتم المقابر, until you visit the grave, meaning until you die and you go into the grave. So until is being used there. And ala means on. So ala means on. Again, so much usage on the Quran. On. What's the usage of ala that we're going to give is Surah Al-Baqarah. I'm not going to rub ila out, but I'll rub the other ones out, because there's something with ila that we have to look at. Ala means on. If you go to Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 6, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 6, and in there, ختم الله على قلوبهم, that Allah sealed, He sealed, ختم الله, Allah sealed, ختم الله على قلوبهم, on their hearts, على قلوبهم. Remember, qulub has a kasra on it, على قلوبهم. And so ala means on. And the last example would be ma'a. Ma'a, what's the example that's meaning from ma'a? It's flown up my head. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 153. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 153. If you go there, Inna Allaha ma'as sabirin. Inna Allaha ma'as sabirin. And for those, for everyone's benefit, ma'as sabirin, as-sabirin, let's just do that, you know what I mean. As-sabirin. This is, ya noon is being taken as the kasra case because of ma'a. Ma'a as-sabirin is in the kasra case. So we have jama' mudhakkar salim, we have the jama' of a word, of this word. It's not as-sabirun, it's as-sabirin because ma'a, and after that comes a kasra. and this is the plural case for a kasra. Inshallah, that's enough for this video. Of course, if you want to find out more how these specifically apply to the Quran and how they go in deeper, then inshallah enroll on the course. And we'll go through some of the examples.